So first things first, this video or the series of videos I'm actually gonna make. This ain't gonna happen at just one rant tonight. Okay, this is gonna be like multiple rants I'm making tonight because I just got a lot of stuff to say off my chest, both with just the experiences I've been through with just 2 jobs, by the way, but we'll get into them in a minute. The first one I like to get off my chest is obviously with the Devil-Mart, aka Walmart, aka working with the goddamn devil. For those of you that don't really know, I was working at Walmart for at least a year and a half until they eventually terminated me for some BS that should never have happened, but apparently it happened, and here we are. Spoiler warning, by this recording of this video, I'm alright. I'm still fine. I'm actually a night manager, so kudos to that. But even though I'm a night manager and stuff like that, it's still not really sunshines and rainbows, if you catch my drift. Which is kinda, at this point, pretty much been my staple point to where if I really wasn't pushing this agenda to make YouTube work for me right now, it's definitely, most definitely right the fuck now where I might as well just push this YouTube shit because, bro, I'm sorry, but some of these jobs, it just ain't it for me, bro. I'm sorry. But all in all, though, that's a whole other convo I'm going to talk about for another full video. But let's get something off my chest about working at Walmart, the Devil-Mart itself. Let's start off with just the position I worked at. Basically, Cap 2, where pretty much the position where pretty much, it was pretty much the most hardest position in the entire store. Where basically you literally have to, it's not only the most hardest position, but the important position. Where basically you have to not only unload the truck, literally by using physical labor to unload that dang truck, which, by the way, the trucks come in with 2,500 pieces, possibly even more than that. And sometimes you have to unload 2 trucks. 2 trucks! Keep it that pretty much is equal to possibly adding those 2,000 could equal to either 4,000 or 5,000 if the truck is goddamn more bigger than you think. Just peep that out there, okay? Not only do you have to unload the truck, but you also have to pretty much, make sure everything is organized with the carts and basically take it out to the sales floor and basically, work it. After you get like a 15-minute break and whatever to, rejuvenize your shit and whatever, and then you go, get straight to work, And for the most part, that was pretty much the easiest job, but mostly the most hardest laboring job, basically. Like, it was very, very, very taxing on the body. Like, I damn near drunk more water than any thirsty man in existence. Like, there's absolutely no freaking question. Like, throwing that truck was hell. Even when I was barely throwing the truck on my first time I got there. Like, my first couple of months, actually, I don't think I ever threw the truck until my first year hit. Working at Walmart until my first year hit. When did my first year hit? Because let me see. I worked in 2019. Yeah, I was working there for pretty much, for a whole year and a half, basically. Because I was working there around at the end of 2019, and then I left at the early of 2021. Just to set that little time frame right there. So I was pretty much working before COVID, post-COVID, and was out while COVID was not really crazy, but it was still kind of a thing, basically. And for the most part, again, just to recollect my train of thought here, it was an experience and a half, And there's a lot I can say about just going into details of just what the work was like and everything else. But just to go off of just the bad, let's start off with the bad stuff. Because, I mean, granted, I will say, though, the only good things I can honestly say about working there was just the people, which is the co-workers, not the... We'll get to the customers in a minute. The co-workers were great, except for one. And few managers was cool. You know, some of the managers and supervisors there were cool. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty dope, honestly. And plus, I worked at a retail store where I can pretty much buy either any game or any whatever, basically. And also, I like a discount card. But even though the discount card really didn't amount to much because it was just only 10%. Like, 10%. It only take, like a few cents off. I mean, granted, it's I guess it's something worth something, but still, though. Come on, bro. But anyways, going down the line, let's talk about the bad stuff. There's a long list I can go after, like, about just the work. Like, the work alone was hell enough. Like, bro, you're basically in a big-ass truck, and if you're unloading the bitch, you're basically, like, just... You're practically have to haul ass. That's like your ultimate motivation. You have to haul ass, literally, because you have to pretty much pick up the pace every single time. Every box, no matter how heavy it is, you just gotta like pick it up as fast as possible and just put it onto the like conveyor belt. So the thing, which is the sorting machine, can sort it out, and obviously the people that's like, pretty much, picking up the box and pretty much putting it on the carts to where it has to go on the sales floor. It's either that or you're pretty much on the sorter floor where pretty much you're basically just like picking those boxes as the guy who's unloading it is pretty much like, doing his thing, right? Now, everything I can safely say that even though that the truck, hell as it is honestly the most easiest one out of all of it, because all you really have to do is just be quick and just put it on the conveyor belt. The hard part about it was agonizing. It was hot, especially in the summertime. Oh my god, I was baking like a fucking furnace in that bitch, like, bro. And when it was like COVID, when things got really bad, when we had to like wear the mask and shit, bro, you could not be me, bro. You could not really tell me to freaking put on a damn mask while I'm unloading that bitch. Fuck no. You wear that mask, you're practically suffocating. Dude, there was one nigga that was wearing the mask, and he was unloading that truck. He passed the hell out. I'm being so dead serious. He passed the hell out of the truck. And when we went to check on him, he was knocked the fuck out. Yep. We got him water. He was good to go, thank God. But it was at that point where the mask became somewhat of a safety hazard. And plus, again, like I said, you have to work very fast and very, you know what I'm saying? Basically hustle, right? And sometimes, for the most part, wearing the mask can be freaking difficult. Now, granted, if you're doing something so easy, say, for example, you're a cashier or something like that, okay, I get it. You have to wear the mask, blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine, I'll wear it. Even though it's a pain in the ass, but I'll wear it. But when it came down to Walmart, oh, God, nigga, you have to be out of your goddamn mind, especially if I have to freaking sort the whole bitch. And that comes down to both sorting and also unloading the truck. If you're sorting the thing, you have to wear the mask, bro. I took off that fucking mask. I'm sorry, like, bro, you have to it's no different than unloading the truck, but you're basically like both the machine and the manager's on your fucking ass. Like, seriously, like, I could go into a long list of freaking stories of just my supervisors and the assistant managers getting on all of our asses when that machine goes off. Because, like, it could go off for just 1 minute, just for 1 second. 1 second. And my freaking supervisor would just come out of flipping nowhere and would just be like, Who's getting that? Who's getting that lane? Get that lane! Get that fucking lane! And I'm like, oh my God, there we go. And at that point, the moment I hear this, when I hear my supervisor about to scream to his top of his lungs to get that fucking lane, I already know this about to be some fucking day. This about to be that fucking day, nigga. I'm being fucking straight up with you. Now, my supervisor, he says some of the most craziest shit, okay? Like, he says some of the most funny ass shit that makes me to this day absolutely puzzled and baffled. Like, all I can do is just laugh. Like, I'm frustrated, but I'll just laugh. Like, this man, I'm not even gonna front. Like, this dude was mad funny. He was mad funny. I can't even, no matter how much frustrated he was as my supervisor, I can't hate him. I cannot hate this man for the life of me. Like, he was just too fucking funny of a freaking supervisor, even though he was a mad frustrating. Oh my God. But yeah, but all in all, but back to what I was saying, yeah, he was frustrating as all fuck. Like, bro, if he wasn't this bad enough with me trying to get the lane that's blaring, apparently when it's fucking full because the dude's going super freaking fast and we are trying to catch up, basically. Oh, Lord have mercy. He gets on my ass with every single fiber of my fucking being. Every goddamn time when I'm trying to pretty much, like, stock up the shelf, bro. Stock up the shelf. And keep in mind, this is way before. This is like midday. Like, afternoon to pretty much, like, damn near to midnight, bro. And there's still customers. Even with COVID going on, there were still customers in Walmart, bro. Even until eventually, like, it hits, like, a certain, like, point, like, say, like, 10 or 9 p.m., 8 p.m., I should say, they close the store and basically tell them, like, yeah, get out the store, blah, 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 as for COVID safety hazard, basically. And it pretty much, gave us some sense of leeway, sense of our shoulders, because the customers always stops us when we're stocking the shelves to ask questions. And it could be the most stupidest question known to man. Sometimes it can be time consuming. So time consuming to the point where, say for example, you basically, you've got finished unloading your truck, right? And then you're about to go to the grocery aisle, to stock up grocery. And there's a shit ton of carts. And you need to finish this by until you have to clock out, or at least do some overtime. At the time, they did was like, offering overtime. But sometimes it'll get on your ass saying, why these carts not done yet? Or blase, why you taking so long? Nigga, it's because of the fucking customers. You can't, and this is the one fucking devil's app. This is the one thing that pretty much makes things absolute. You can't bait, like, as a stalker, no matter what position you're in, okay? If a customer comes up to you and asks you a question, you have to help them. It's basically not only it's a freaking just like Walmart procedure. It's like every freaking procedure when you're like dealing with a customer and your employee. Like, you have to pretty much, if the customer asks for your assistance, you have to help them. It's standard protocol 101 in any type of store or retail store or any type of business. If you're an employee and a customer is asking for assistance, you have to help them. It's verbatim. It's literally in the guidelines. Possibly damn near number one. If a customer asks you for something, you either have to help them or something of the sort. You just have to, basically. And sometimes the customers it gets to very time consuming. Again, like I said, it gets very freaking time consuming, to almost to a point where sometimes I barely can get shit done, right? Sometimes a customer will ask me to pretty much fetch them a cart. I'm not joking. And the carts is all the way to the front, and like the grocery aisle's like all the way like in the back of the store, basically. Or I'm like in back of the store, like cereal aisle or pretty much chemical aisle, and they're asking me for a freaking cart. I'm like, oh, fucking God. And then there's another time where the customer's asking me to pretty much carry something from whatever the fuck they picked it up from, which is general merchandise, which is some heavy ass shit. They asked me to pick it up and then take that bitch all the way to the front where the cashiers are at so they can have it on hold. I promise you, the customers will ask me some of the most craziest, dumbest, and possibly the most outrageous shit possible. Sometimes they'll go even freaking very blunt and goddamn vulgar in some cases, with trying to give me freaking examples of describing certain items to look for, which is absolutely fucking insane. But like I said, it is time consuming. Again, very, very time consuming. Oh, it only gets worse and worse and worse. And it's fucking annoying. And then when my freaking supervisor comes along and he sees me that I'm pretty much doing the exact same cart that I was doing 30 minutes ago, he's going to be questioning me, sir, what's going on here? Why you ain't done with this cart yet? I'm like, customers, what you want me to do? Tell them to fuck off? Like that's basically what I really want to freaking say to the supervisor every time they ask me why the hell the cart's not done yet. I'm like, it's the customers. What do you want me to do? Tell them to fuck off? Like, bro, if you want me to tell them to fuck off, I will gladly do so and just focus on the stocking. I'll literally just tell them that, sorry, I can't help you. I value this cart to stock more important than anything else. I'm sorry. Like, I'll honestly do that if they allow me to. But obviously, even the supervisors know that that'll be some bullshit that they will have to freaking go, that they will have to deal with the backlash and all that stuff with the store manager going on their asses and then blah, 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 all that other kind of shit, right? But all that, supervisors, customers, and oh my god, the assistant managers. There were two assistant managers. Were both of them black fucking Karens. I'm not even sugarcoating it. They were black fucking Karens. One of them tried to get me fired on multiple occasions. I'm not making this up. She tried to get me fired for multiple occasions. I'm literally baffled by this woman to the extent. I'm glad she got out before I left because, bro, she was, oh my god, she was not even on my ass. She was on everybody's ass. But I was the single one out to one of them niggas that was about to get fucking fired and lose his goddamn job over because of some simple shit or just something that ain't even all that fucking that ain't even that serious to get terminated for. Like, what? Like, for example, I'm sitting in like the bagging area. Keep in mind, I don't have my driver's license at this point in time. And I was basically just waiting for my ride, right? So I'm waiting for my ride. Obviously, takes place during the COVID season. And they somehow, for some stupid reason, took off the damn bench so I don't have nothing else to sit. So I can't sit anywhere but the bagging area. So I sit there, waiting for my ride. And obviously, I heard her say don't sit in the bagging area one time, but I'm seeing other people do it, and she's not getting on any of their asses for it. So I'm either that this woman is just completely either just singling me out, or what's the fucking problem? I have no idea, right? Then I do it again. Keep in mind, like I said again, like, bro, I'm sorry, but I have nowhere else to freaking sit. And plus, many people do it every single time when I was working there. So I don't know what the fuck the bullshit deal was, right? And I have not seen her call them out. So what the fuck, right? Then some dude come up to me and say like, hey, bro, look, I'm sorry, but you need to get off because Grace says she's going to fire you if you do that. I'm like, who the fuck? Because apparently this nigga said that, oh, Grace told me that she warned me if I sit there again, I'm gonna get fired or some bullshit. I'm like, that woman didn't say anything about that. I'm literally looking at him like, what the heck? And keep in mind, while he's talking to me about this, there are 2 girls, white mind you, that are sitting on the bagging area as we're talking. I cannot make this shit up. They are literally sitting there. You mean to tell me you're trying to get on my ass for sitting in the damn bagging area, but you can't even check the 2 bitches that are literally sitting in their bagging area? Okay. Oh, bad. Oh, this bitch is really fucking wild. I'm so done. Oh, my Lord. But, oh my God. I'm sorry, bro. But then she even goes on a freaking tangent. Like, she even tries to freaking, like, question our ability to even try, like, you know, try to, like, sort this stuff and continue to try to unload the truck. Keep in mind, most of the freight that we're pretty much unloading off this damn truck is heavy ass shit. Most of it's laundry detergent, some of it's just like grocery stuff. And she's literally still complaining about the fact that this damn thing is going super slow. Keep in mind, we're trying our best here, okay? We're not fucking superhuman. And then her freaking Karen ass wants to try like prove a fucking point that it's not that hard. Bitch was struggling to pick up one fucking box. I'm like, you see that shit, bitch? You can't fucking complain. So shut the fuck up and let me do my work. Don't ever complain about my work ever again. I wish I said that to her fucking face. Oh my God. Again, she left. No, I'm done. And then there was another Karen, which I don't even know, bro. Like, but I have a feeling she was the one that got me fucking fired. She probably put something, I don't fucking know, because, we'll get to that in a minute. We gotta get to that in a minute. But, there was another one. She was okay. She was cool for the most part. All the way up to the winter freeze. Okay, so this is where, leading up to where I start to get terminated, right? Once I finally, as you guys know, 2021 was kind of a little bit crazy, beginning of the year. Do I even need to paraphrase? But one of the things, the highlights of it all was Texas winter freeze, where pretty much everything in Texas was freezing up. Power lines were shutting down. A lot of people was pretty much in their homes, just straight up freezing. It was a mess, basically. And obviously, some people just couldn't get out their freaking homes. Obviously, sometimes they couldn't even freaking work because it was dangerous to go out onto the streets because the streets was icing up. They were icing up, basically. So there was no way in hell I was ever going to pretty much get out of my freaking... Even if I was to get out of my house and then catch a ride, there was no way... There could not even be an Uber driver to pick me for where I was at. Because that's how dangerous it was to go out and pretty much, you know what I'm saying? It was just, bro, verbatim. And yet Walmart still wanted to fucking call me out. Keep in mind, they were trying to call me out multiple times. Keep in mind, my phone line was off. Only until finally, when my phone line started to get back up and running again, that I finally get a text message from them saying that, if you can come, please, blah, blah, blah. We're trying to, bring as many people we can. I was like, fuck that. I'm staying here, right? I was going to try to come, but then one of the days I was trying to come, but I realized my garage door was frozen, so I couldn't get the car to drive myself out. Again, on the exact same day, the roads were still freezing. There was some ice on the road. So even then, again, like I said, even if I could pretty much call an Uber driver or whatever the case may be, Lyft or whatever, I will barely find anybody, bare none, to get me to point A to point B. Like, bro. And I called the assistant manager, the Karen. And I told her my situation. She pretty much says, well, I'm going through the exact same thing. What's the difference? Okay. But anyway, she ended the call. And I can honestly tell you she added my occurrence on there. She absolutely did. Because apparently, even though that I pretty much used my PTOs for like on one of the days I got not only like called out, but also on the days I got sick afterwards, after the winter freeze, after I came back. Guess what? I still had some like I had like occurrences, which by the way, Walmart has like this occurrence system where basically if you show up late, or if you call in sick, or hell, if you call out at all, or if you don't call out at all, you'll just rack up occurrence. And if you rack up at least to a point to where you have 5 occurrences, guess what? Your ass is grass and you get kicked to the curb. Bro. And there was no leeway to save my ass. Like, bro, like, I already called out 2 days before the winter freeze and 2 days after the winter freeze. But here's the kicker, and this is the one thing that none of them that I'm pretty sure a lot of them overlooked. I guarantee you a lot of them overlooked. That on one of the days I called the fuck out, which was one of the beginning days actually, was the day the winter freeze happened. I shit you not. And they literally told me that they made sure that my occurrences was not, there was no occurrences there that pretty much was added on, you know what I'm saying, when the winter freeze happened. Nigga, you can Google search it, and I could, if I had the paper that showed my freaking, like, my paper for how many occurrences I had on one of the days. Hell, even on the other days, the days where the freeze was still there, bro. I had a flipping occurrence. I shit you not, on the beginning day. It was when it got that bad. I shit you flipping not. It was. I promise you, I can't make this bullshit up. I cannot make this bullshit up, bro. I cannot make this bullshit up. Even on the 2 days, I still didn't go there because at that point, I think that's when the winter freeze went really freaking bad, and then our powers went out and all other crazy shit, right? But this is where things start to go left, right? About a couple days after I come back, because after I came back, then I got a little sick, and then I had to call 2 days off. That one, I'm sorry, but I couldn't help that one. Like, bro, I was sick. I was, like, super sick, and I was super sick, and there was no way in heckle I was ever gonna, like, come back in, right? After those 2 days were up, guess what happens next? I come back, because obviously I can't, like, miss a third day, because if I miss a third day of work, then obviously that'll mean I have to get, like, a doctor's note, and I can't live, like, who got time for that? So I came back, I was still feeling a little bit sicky, right? One of my supervisors posted to me and says, hey, once you, like, finish whatever you gotta do, can you, like, meet me in the office, whatever, right? So I started to try to finish whatever I had to do at that day, and then he told me, like, okay, listen, how about, what I'm saying, blah, 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 we'll wait till tomorrow, right? So I'm like, okay, what the fuck's going on, right? So the tomorrow comes, and as I'm, still doing my work, blah, 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 it's actually on the day I'm about to get my raise. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get my raise, and I'm about to get that. Finally, get my work's worth. Okay, I've been busting my ass. I deserve a little raise, and obviously everybody in Cap 2 got a little raise. You know what I'm saying? I think it was like $13 or $15 an hour. Good stuff. You know what I'm saying? At least a little something. And I was a little bit hype. Okay. You know, they put me into the meeting. You know what I'm saying? They did everything, you know, whatever case may vary. You know, they got me in. Okay, they got me settled. All right, got my schedule resituated. Got, you know, what the scheduled day is going to be looking like. And everything was good. So I was like, okay, bet. After that, about to go do my work. I was happy. I was fine. I was cool. I was collected. Then they come and tell me, hey, can you come back to the office or something? Then they tell me that I got 5 occurrences up. And not only that, now I have 5 occurrences, I have other occurrences still flipping pending, which is absolutely, I don't, what? Because apparently, there's no way. Because for those of you guys that weren't actually fully aware, I actually did have occurrences pending around like somewhere before the year, like around like 2019 or 2020. I think last 2020 for sure, when they started to like bring it up to me when I was actually about to make like Walmart my full-time position. Because, and they kind of peeped the fact that I kind of was like a little bit late. I mean, to be honest, I was a little late, not gonna hold you, but you know what I'm saying, the store manager peeped my performance. He was, you know, very impressed with it, so he decided to be leeway with me and decided to get rid of all my occurrences so I could, you know, get this full-time position, right? And I promised that I would not be late ever again. Those occurrences were still there. Not only still there, but they were still pending. So I'm just like, what the hell did this man really do? I'm so confused. So I'm absolutely just baffled to the point that I don't even know what to do anymore. I'm telling them that, look, I had to call out because of my family, blah, 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 and then other stuff. And then they go into this long log, yeah, well, you should have learned about your mama's birthday, blah, 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 wherever case may freaking vary. And I'm like, okay, fuck it. My fault, my ass. So they pretty much give me some time. You know, they'll like, we'll talk it over. You know what I'm saying? Go do whatever you gotta do, right? I shit you not. I'm honestly thinking that, you know, they can't fire me. Like, I just got my raise. Keep in mind, I literally just got my freaking raise at Walmart. And I'm just sitting, I'm doing my work, making sure everything's Gucci. They're like, there's just no way. Right? They call me back. Keep in mind, this is like got like 2 minutes left till my shift is over. And then they tell me, okay, you're terminated. You need to go home. Keep in mind, keep in mind that this was the exact same day your boy about to get his raise pay. And they fired me on the exact... How in the world is that even flipping possible? What the fuck? Like, and this is another thing. If they knew about my occurrences, if they knew about it, why in God's great name did they wait so flipping long to flipping fire me? That alone speaks volumes of just how disorganized they were. Like, bro, how you gonna put a whole meeting in to get me my raise? Like, I did the whole raise and everything. I got my whole meeting done with the assistant manager, got my schedule situated. I was good. And then you call me back in the office 2 more freaking times to let me know that I gotta get the fuck out of this freaking Walmart. Because apparently I violated the freaking the policy of attendance and shit, and I'm just like, well, fuck me. Like at that point, I was mad. I was not only pissed, I was all pissed on just everything. Like, bro, how you like? Okay, fine. I'll just play the devil's fucking advocate and just say, fine. By all means, it was my fault, my bad. I should have freaking called or pretty much like got that certain day exit off and vice versa, right? But hear me out and hear me well. Who in their right mind would wait so freaking long to fire someone after they got their raise and vice versa. There is no flipping way. Like, it's like they really wanted me to suffer. I was so done, bro. I was mad fucking pissed off. I just couldn't believe it. There was just no fucking way. It was, I just could not understand why. And it just baffled me. Like, no matter how many times I would take the fall for it, the fact that they literally let me go into a freaking meeting, get a raise, and then let me leave, absolutely boggles me to this day. I don't even understand it, my guy. I really don't. And also, am I still recording? Because I haven't checked my camera in a bit. Oh my god. Okay, I'm still recording, guys. Okay. Keep in mind, it's unedited, uncut, unfiltered, basically, right? Where was I? Yes. So, I went home, literally feeling pissed, literally just feeling betrayed. Because, bro, like, again, yes, even though it was my bad, my fault, you know what I'm saying? Just how they let me go just left a very bad taste in my mouth. I'm sorry. Like, bro, the least thing you could do is literally just hit me up and just tell me, like, okay, listen, like, you know what I'm saying? We'll give you another chance to blase. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, keep in mind, this was the only time I've, like, you know, had this many occurrences up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I was called out because I was, like, back in, like, last year. But here's the thing to this year and that year. I was on time every single time. Only till before and after the winter freeze, then my occurrences rack up to a freaking 5, and apparently I'm terminated. Shaking my flippin' head, bro. And even if I wanted to give everything the shadow of a doubt to Walmart and just be like, okay, it was my fault, my bad, I should go. What they did afterwards, oh boy, someone better, oof. They really try to lie about my flipping termination. Yep, I was too done. At that point, Walmart, you really fucked me up, bro. There is no fucking way. It wasn't bad enough. It wasn't bad enough that you literally fired me on the day I was getting my raise pay. No, you had to do me dirty again by creating a lie on not only the specific day where I potentially got fired, which was way earlier, other than what was supposed to be the exact date. I don't even know how, like, to this day, I don't remember what the lie was. But, bro, I just remember one thing. That the lie was so terrible. The lie was so terrible that they didn't even know my flipping gender. I'm not even fucking making this shit up. They literally misrepresented my gender and shit and called me by a different flipping name. I'm gonna have to go to a fucking hearing. To which, by the way, and this is the funny part. I'm not joking with you. They couldn't find a I had to go to a hearing to discuss my termination because apparently it was that very bad or some shit with the lie that they made, right? And when I went to that hearing, bro, guess fucking what? When I went to the hearing to discuss my thing, there was no Walmart representative to defend whatever the fuck they were spewing with the flipping lie. I promise you, I was ready to there was just no goddamn way. They lied about my determination, man, to something that was not even that freaking bad to begin with. And they, to make it that bad, and not only that, they didn't even have the balls they didn't even have the balls to try to back up what they were spewing, which was just laughable at best. I kid you not. I was so done. Like, I went to that fucking hearing. I discussed my case. Not one representative at that fucking hearing ever showed up to defend at their fucking honor at any point. Maybe afterwards, but oh boy, that was something. I can tell you that. But the shocking thing is, ladies and gentlemen, the shocking thing is, even though that Walmart was bad, it was the Devil-Mart. And to this day, I will say for a fact, verbatim, it was very something. That it was a freaking experience and a half. I thought when I went to another retail store, it was not going to be super bad. But was I wrong when I went to flipping Home Depot? And that's another video we'll talk about later. Also, big major follow-up that during me unloading the truck, not only was that truck super brutal, as I just stated, there were multiple boxes that fell on top of my black ass. Some of them were refrigerator boxes and goddamn cooler boxes, microwave boxes that were heavy as shit that landed on my fucking head. So at that point, I probably got freaking cracks in my skull and I don't even know about it.